Hi, this is Bridget from the Planner Speechy, and today I'm going to be planning for the final week of June 2020. This is a kit from Cricut Paper Co. This is a miniature kit, and so I'm just going to go through the kit really quickly and then we can get started with planning. So Cricut Paper Co. is great because they have very different sets of kits. You can get a full kit, which is several sheets, or you can get something small like this. So you get all of your decorative boxes, and then you get your functional boxes with lots of different elements here, trackers. And then additionally, you can get one of these. This is the washi and date cover, and I went ahead and put my Charlotte Paper Co. date dots on top of these to prep for the week. The other nice thing about this is you get an additional full box with the washi and date cover. So altogether, I believe I have 8 different date covers, which means I have enough for 1 week plus an extra decorative box at the corner. And I will say that this paper is unique in that it is a removable mat. So once you put this down, you can actually pick it up and move it again, which is great if you're planning for the kind of week where you know you have a meeting or an event, but you're not sure what the time is, and if you have a chronological order to your planner, then you can shift things around easily without ruining anything. I have gone ahead and pulled some stickers that I thought would match this kit from other shops, and I will name the shops as I go through them, but this is just to give some extra boost to this, although these do come with quite a bit of stickers. One other thing I'm going to just mention about this kit before I start is that because of the removable matte paper that's involved with this, you also need a special pen to write on. This is just the Sharpie Ultra Fine Point pen. You can get this in any grocery or drugstore really, and it's different from my regular ballpoint pen because it has a permanent ink. It's actually permanent marker, so your soluble water-based inks are not going to write well on this paper. So just know that when you go ahead and get those stickers that they do require a special but easy to get pen. Okay, so now I'm going to speed things up and lay down the base. So you're going to see some crazy hand gestures because I'm actually recording a voiceover right now as opposed to letting it all play out just so I could speed up the video a little bit. Right now I'm talking about how I used the odds and ends sticker that came from a Charlotte's Paper Co. kit. And this is why I like to save all my stickers, because you never know what's going to work with what kit. So I opted to reuse a lot of things, but right now I'm laying down a Once More with Love little therapy icon, and I'm going to use that Sharpie pen to mark that I have my therapy appointment at 9 a.m. Yes, so then the next phase of this is I'm putting down my quarantine box to mark that this is the 15th week in quarantine. If you can believe that, I kind of can't still. And then I was just double checking to make sure I'd gotten the week right. Filling out the trackers has really been helpful for me. So I've been tracking taking my medicine, and then I also decided to track 8 glasses of water a day because it's getting really hot in our apartment and I haven't really been drinking enough water to sustain myself for the day. I went back to the old cleaning schedule, so this is something that I found online, and I've been trying to do a little bit of cleaning every day just to keep the house looking less chaotic than usual, although I admit that sometimes I get to it and sometimes I don't, and it's really just a matter of what's going on in the day. So I'm laying down a class sticker from Charlotte Paper Co. and then a practicum sticker from the Twin Mermaid shop to mark that I have a practicum class in the evening on Monday. There have been a lot of changes going on with schoolwork lately, but our classes have always been online. But it's around this point in this semester when it can be difficult to keep track of the weeks because every class does things just a little bit differently, and so I've started writing what week it is into the practicum sequence. Those dinner and TV watching stickers are also from Charlotte's Paper Co. old kits, so I decided to mix it up and do one of those. My simulation sticker from Twin Mermaids. Every week we are assigned some SimuCase hours to do, so I just went ahead and put that down. My class is a little bit earlier on Tuesday night. This is my AAC class, which we're in our 6th week of class, so it's the second to last week, and I'm really looking forward to that. On Tuesdays after my class, I've been doing Zoom meetings with my former coworker, Lynette, who I love to death, and she and I have been watching things on Disney Plus via Zoom. So it's been a nice way to sort of cap off the Tuesday night. And I don't know what we're going to watch this week. Last week we watched a show called Joan of Arcadia, which is not Disney, but it is one of my favorite series starring Amber Tamblyn, and it was only on for 2 seasons, but I loved it. So yeah, I'm just marking that it's AAC week 6. After the sessions change, so AAC is only a half session long, so it's only 7 weeks long, whereas those other classes will continue through week 14. But once the session ends, we go into the second session, and I'm starting a brand new class. And I'm looking forward to that. But it's just important to track those different weeks because suddenly now I'm going to be in week 8 or 9 in one class and week 2 in another class, and it can get complicated very quickly. So I just put down a full box to mark that this is my coffee date chat with my friend Annie. We've actually just been doing it on the phone rather than via Zoom, and it's really nice to talk to people on the phone, so I'm glad we're doing it that way. But yeah, I think trying to get the spacing right of a checklist layout can be tricky just because you don't want it to look too uniform when you're doing a spread like this. A lot of people, if you intentionally make the checklist in the same place for every single day, then it looks more uniform. But when you're mixing it up the way I am, I'm trying to make it not look so rigid all the time. So there's my second simulation sticker. Sometimes I can finish all the simulations in 2 days, but sometimes they give us 3 cases. So I've just been pulling 3 just in case. And it seems like it might be a waste of stickers, but I do eventually use them, and thankfully I have quite a bit. So I'm just laying down my dinner and my TV tracker for the week. You'll notice that I'm sort of planning all over the place. Like sometimes I start in the morning and sometimes I start in the evening. And it really just depends. Because of COVID, it's been difficult to know what are my concretes? What are the things that I'm going to see over and over and over again? And the only things I can dependably count on are my classes. And sometimes that's the only thing I know for certain that I'm going to be doing. So it's easier to start from your end of your day and plan up sometimes. So that's why you'll see me go back and forth a lot, because I can't do linear planning anymore. Also, I just want to point out, sometimes having these stickers will remind you of things that you intended to do, but you're just not sure when you want to do them. So knowing that I'm going to clean the bathroom and vacuum the floors, having icons for that just makes it a little bit easier. So I'm putting down a Once More with Love learning sticker for my dysphagia class. You'll see how much I took advantage of the removable stickers, because I'm going to put all of this stuff down, but then I'm going to end up removing that sticker again when I realize that the Friday full box that I've laid down is actually too far over. And I don't realize this until it's a little too late. So, but thankfully with this kit, you have the flexibility to remove things. And even sometimes you'll see with stickers like this one, there's me realizing my mistake, you'll see that the stickers can be lifted up again. You just have to be really careful. There is a product that exists out there called Undo, which I've never used. I've seen other people use it, but it's basically this sort of glue that allows you to pull stuff up and then amazingly makes the thing sticky again. I don't really know how this works, but it's too complicated for me. So I've just kind of given up. But yeah, so I was able to reconfigure that whole thing, and now it looks so much better. It's just straighter. It's the kind of thing that's going to bug me. Getting these checklist stickers to stay in the right place without having them slide around was a little tricky because they're so long and thin. Some people like to use tweezers to put down stickers. I always thought that was ridiculous until I started using these tiny itty bitty little stickers, and then I realized there's a rhyme and a reason for it. But yeah. So Fridays I don't have class, but I do have a Zoom, like a regularly scheduled Zoom thing with my friends on Friday nights, and that's been really fun. So again, starting with those concretes, things you know you're going to be doing, and then working your way up and around. So I just pulled in, that's a Once More with Love. You can't really see from this angle, but there's a little cat on the emoji shoulder, and it's a great set of stickers that they came out with. So I'm using another Once More with Love. This is Bunnies Eating Pancakes sticker, just to mark my Sunday pancakes and eggs breakfast with Frank that we do every Sunday. We've also been doing a movie night on Saturday nights where we alternate picking a movie back and forth. So this particular week that I'm planning for is going to be Frank's week to pick. So I don't actually know what the movie is going to be. I can tell you, he doesn't know what the movie's going to be. He just sort of chooses. We have a little list going, but we add stuff and take stuff off all the time. So But anyway, yeah. So now I'm just laying down the rest of the functionals. So that odds and ends sticker, gonna put a little check box there. It is nice, I will say, to have the check boxes with extra things on them so I can fill things in just in case I haven't gotten a chance to complete something from the day before. It's like a little blocking off tool for myself. It's not super visually representative though of how long each of those tasks takes. So it can be a little deceiving, and sometimes I'll put too many things on my list to finish that just don't get accomplished because there were just too many of them. Ooh. These stickers are interesting. They have kind of a weight to them, so if you drop one, they do fall and attach really quickly. But they are removable, so you can do lots of things with them. So I've actually managed to use quite a bit of stickers at this point, which is really good. I have a paper due for my, I couldn't remember what this paper due was for because I had left my academic planner in the next room, but I knew I had a paper. I believe that was probably for AAC, although that's not due until Monday, so I'm not really sure. I'm laying down a sticker that's from Blue Scooter Press. She made these beautiful little stickers that match my original planner cover, and I've actually since changed that planner cover out because of everything that's been going on with the planner community recently. I'm not going to devote time and energy putting this into my weekly, but essentially there were two major planner brands that have sort of disserviced and disrespected the Black Lives Matter movement in the last few days. And so I know one of them is trying to rectify themselves, the other one hasn't really yet. And so as a result, I'm just not going to promote the brands specifically. So that's part of why I changed my covers. So I'm not doing anything in particular. That is a pumpkin paper sticker that I just put down. And this album is actually from Charlotte's Paper Co. I'm pulling out Once More with Love because I realized I didn't have anything to mark that recycling day was on Thursday. And that I'm actually going to be taking a midterm on Sunday, which doesn't seem like something one would forget, but there you go. That lettering is also from Charlotte's Paper Co. I have a dysphagia midterm happening on Sunday, and that's a really tricky class for anyone who doesn't know what dysphagia or dysphagia is. It's a swallowing disorders. It can be very detrimental, but there's a lot of anatomy and mechanics that go into swallowing, and it's actually been a really fascinating class, and I'm way more involved with it than I really thought I was going to be. So I'm just going ahead and filling out what I know I'm going to need to do for schoolwork. I always try and do the async, which are these recorded lectures the day after my class. I'm marking down, that's the AAC assignment I was referring to earlier. Oh no, that is a dysphagia assignment. Oh my goodness. See, this is the one problem with those paper due. I'm not defining what those are, and so I just have to assume that I'm going to remember what they are. And in recording this voiceover, I'm misnaming everything. That's a dysphagia clinical bedside swallow paper that's actually due on Wednesday, along with a SOAP note. So, and then I'm just marking in to do my dysphagia readings before class that day so that we can prepare for class. And technically the dysphagia midterm opens on Saturday, but I want to give myself an extra day to study, so I'm not going to take it until that Sunday. But it will technically open on Saturday night at 8 p.m. So I'm just marking in that I should be studying for that midterm. and start studying every day for the rest of this week. Just marking those things in. I'm also doing, for my dysphagia class, we have a modified barium simulation certification course, and that has been really interesting to go through because you get to see actual images on fluoroscopy, and you have to determine based on the outcome what's going on and rating different structures. And it's very cool, it's very involved, and it's practice for something that we would be doing in real life on a real patient. So now I'm just trying to wrap my head around all the schoolwork that I have that's due. I'm also trying to do double the amount of schoolwork that I normally do in a week because the following week I'm going to be going away for a couple of days and I don't want to fall behind. So now I'm just marking that I have to do the plan with me, film the plan with me on that Sunday for the week of July 1st with that blue Scooter Press sticker. Normally I film these things on Saturday, but I need to put my schoolwork before filming the videos this week just so I give myself extra time to get through everything. I'm putting down a cross-stitch sticker to mark that I'm going to be working on a cross-stitch project for my friend Kirsten. Some of the floss hadn't come in yet, so I'm still waiting for some of it. And then I also wanted to mark that I wanted to make reading a priority on Tuesday, just because I have so many books. All of my holds have come in at once at the library. I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but I had put a bunch of books on hold and suddenly they were all available. I'm kind of wondering if the library just bought more digital copies. But I use an app called Libby that lets me check out and put books on hold, and I can read it on my iPad, so I've been doing that, but I'm really behind in all that schoolwork. So just continuing to fill out all of the things that I think I'm going to need to do. And I need to pack for that trip that I mentioned on that Sunday because we're going to be leaving on Tuesday night. So I want to have most of that stuff ready to go just so I have enough time. And now I'm actually just shifting some of those extra sheets onto another sheet so that everything is consolidated, and that way I can just hold on to that one sheet and recycle the rest of them. I'm just going to go ahead and fill out some of the important things that I need to focus on, like my dysphagia midterm, my AAC assignments, and my Practicum 3 Simucase score and SOAP note that I have to write for that. And then for errands, just marking down that I need to pack and buy items for our getaway, and then making 2 additional asterisks there just in case I come up with some other things later in the week. So I think that's it, but thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed watching this plan with me so far. And I'm pretty sure I'm talking about doing a flip through of the entire notebook because this is the last plan with me that I'm going to be doing in this notebook since it's almost all filled up and I have a new planner. So I'll just go through and talk about what we have left. I'm gesticulating wildly here and I have no idea what I had said previously. I'm probably just walking through everything. But, alright, so here's a flip through. There's a lot of cat hair all over the front of that. And I'll just go through. And I went ahead and marked that this notebook ends June 2020. So, lasted me about 6 months. These were some ideas I had for future weeks, future kits. I made a grid just as a cheat sheet to make sure I knew how to count all of the dots. And then on the right page, there's my index. I highly recommend doing this, by the way. Making a grid makes it so much easier when you have dot grid notebook. That's my future log. It is pretty bare bones, and you can see I've crossed out many things after March. So I go into a long spiel here about my goals and resolutions for the year. I made a stencil image from Faber-Castell stencils that I bought. And a lot of my goals that I made at the beginning of January have come true, and some of them aren't possible. Like right now, if you look at the different travel things, I wasn't able to travel internationally or visit family. My GPA is actually higher than I thought I would be able to maintain it, and so I'm really happy about that. There are a couple of items on there, like starting my externship, that of course have been delayed because of COVID, and then the ASHA conference. I'm just not sure if I'm going to be able to travel and go to it this year, but I really wanted to. And then in terms of home, I really, I can't host a house party, and I haven't really been able to spend time with my family, but calling them once a week has been really great. For health, I think I had on there lose 10 pounds. And now, I did lose 10 pounds, and now I've gained some of it back because I haven't been as active because of COVID. It's kind of amazing actually going through all of these individual goals that I had, just to see how many different areas of my life have been affected by a disease I don't have. I'm not really sure what those air quotes were for, but that's okay. And just looking at all of the different personal projects that I wanted to do, reading books, finishing cross-stitch projects. I've definitely done that a lot. In terms of my marriage, we've definitely been spending a lot of time together, but we haven't been able to go on our honeymoon or anything like that. And then hygiene, I think I had marked off something like clean the house, and I hadn't filled out a criterion. So this is just a quick flip through of the rest of the notebook. Those stickers are from the Ginger Cat Co. on Etsy, which I'll share below. This is a list of movies that Frank and I have been watching together, paired with the dates of when we watch things. It's actually been really fun to keep this list and keep it going. We've been adding to it throughout the year, and it's a pretty robust list, very diverse amount of books. God, my wedding task list. This just gives me PTSD looking at this again. This is from the bullet journal method, the 5-4-3-2-1. It says 1 hour, 2 days, 3 weeks, 4 months, and 5 years. And so the idea is you pick things that you can achieve in that amount of time. And it's been really interesting to see how all of that goes. That was my Calendex for the winter. That was January. You'll see a lot of blank spreads. Oh, I loved that spread. That was from Chic Blossom Prints. Notes from my bachelorette, Vieques. Most of these kits are from Charlotte's Paper Co. That's from Chic Blossom Prints. That's from Charlotte's. Now we're into March. This was my wedding month. And there's my wedding week. There's my wedding day. It looks very bare bones. You can tell I wasn't really planning. And then all of a sudden, I had a bunch of weeks that were me working from home. So the flip throughs get a little bit longer there. I started to use colored time bars for a bit, and then that went away. And I tried doing a gratitude log, but that didn't really work. And then that's my new Calendex. These are notes from a book I read. And this should start looking familiar for those of you who have seen my Plan With Me's. So that one was the first one I did. That's the second one. And that was last week's. And that's the dailies. And here we are, right up to the moment. So thanks for watching, and I hope you'll subscribe and come back and see me again. Bye.